Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is Defiance versus St. Francis. We best prepare for a mind-blowing mental meltdown. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It is Defiance versus St. Francis. Let's meet our teams. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for Defiance, led by Coach Kerr. We have in slot number 1, George, a junior. In slot number 2, we have Jacob, a senior. And in slot number 3, we have Caden, a senior. Now, for St. Francis, led by Coach Getting. In slot number 1, we have Jordan, a sophomore. In slot number 2, we have Justin, a senior. And in slot number 3, we have Lucas, also a sophomore. That's your starting lineup for this BGSU Brain Game. And we're going to start things off, as we always do, with our toss-up round. Now, in this round, there are 10 questions. They're 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer. So everyone could just take a sigh of relief and just have fun with this round. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can, I repeat, you can steal a question in this round. Defiance, St. Francis, Brain Game starts right now. Here we go. Multiple choice question. Coffee is a primary export of what Central American country whose currency is the quetzal? Is it A, Guatemala, B, Belize, or C, Panama? That would be Defiance. George.
Guatemala.
Guatemala is correct. Another multiple choice question. This bone is much smaller in cats than in humans and is not attached to other bones. This free-floating bone allows cats to fit into small spaces. Is it A, humerus, B, clavicle, or C, scapula? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Scapula?
Incorrect. Defiance, chance to steal. That would be George.
Clavicle.
Clavicle is what we needed there, yes. According to mythology, Hercules slew this 9-headed monster that would be Defiance. George.
Hydra.
Hydra is correct. Alibaba in Alibaba and the 40 Thieves opens the entrance to the cave containing the gold with what phrase? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Open sesame.
That is correct. By what name is the spiral galaxy closest to our own known? That would be Defiance. George.
Andromeda.
Andromeda is correct. This Native American reduced the Cherokee language to writing. His achievements helped to unite the Cherokee Nation and make it one of the leading tribal nations. Name this Native American for whom the giant redwoods were named. That would be Defiance. George.
Sequoia.
Sequoia is correct. Dancers Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, and Savion Glover were most closely associated with what form of dance? That would be St. Francis. Lucas.
Tap.
Tap is correct. Multiple choice question. In what card game would you find the term shoot the moon? Is it A, spades, B, hearts, or C, pinochle? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
C.
Incorrect. Defiance, chance to steal. That would be George.
B.
B is correct. Hearts. Artificial satellites are man-made spacecraft that orbit space objects. Name the first artificial satellite. That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Sputnik 1.
Sputnik 1 is correct. Name the United States president who met with Winston Churchill at the Casablanca Conference. That would be Defiance. George.
FDR.
FDR is correct. That is all 10 questions in this round. Let's take a look at our score. We have St. Francis with 30 and Defiance 70, but we're just getting warmed up here, folks. The risk and reward round is coming up next. Stay tuned. I'm Mark Hathaway, host of BGSU Brain Game. If you find yourself shouting answers from the couch during our show, we have a new club just for you. It's called the Brain Boosters. As a member, you'll receive an invitation to a Brain Game taping and a meet and greet with the cast and crew. But that's not all. Let's meet the starting lineup. With a donation of $60, you'll receive a year-long membership to the Brain Boosters, a Brain Game stress ball, and access to PBS Passport, a streaming library of thousands of your favorite programs. A $90 donation will get you the club membership, PBS Passport, as well as a Brain Game mug. Are you an avid reader of the New York Times? How about wanting to learn a second language on Babbel? Well, a $120 donation will give you a year-long subscription to either service, membership to the Brain Boosters, and access to PBS Passport. And finally, a donation of $150 or more will get you everything I just mentioned, a Brain Game stress ball and mug, a year-long membership to the Brain Boosters, PBS Passport, and a subscription to either Babbel or the New York Times. And let's not forget, you'll receive our monthly preview guide as well. So, what's your answer? You have 3 seconds remaining. There's no time limit on joining. Thanks for supporting WBGU-PBS, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Defiance 70, St. Francis 30 points. Before we get to our next round, let's welcome one of our substitutes from Defiance. In slot number 3, we have Christopher, a junior. Welcome to you, and welcome to all of our returning players from the previous round. This is the risk and reward round. Both teams, you're going to receive the same questions. The first 9 are 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can play a little bit looser on the buzzers. The 10th question, however, is the risk and reward question. We will give you a topic. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments based upon that topic. You get it right, you get the points you risked. You get it wrong, you lose those points with an incorrect answer or a non-answer. But if you don't like the topic, you can simply pass. Sound good? Sound fair? All right. Defiance 70, St. Francis, you were at 30 points. That means St. Francis, out you go, off to isolation. All right, Defiance, are you ready for your risk and reward round?
Yes, sir.
Let's get started. What do we call statements like, it was falsely true, or his absence was a presence? Time. Oxymorons is what we needed there. Madagascar, New Guinea, Borneo, and what other island make up the 4 largest islands in the world? That would be George.
Greenland.
Greenland is correct. Multiple choice question. Apollo 11 had 3 astronauts aboard during the first moon landing. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and who? Was it A, Jim Lovell, B, Gus Grissom, or C, Michael Collins?
Is it C?
That would be George.
Michael Collins.
Michael Collins is correct. A nuisance is a person or thing that is annoying or troublesome. Spell nuisance. That would be Christopher.
N-U-I-S-A-N-C-E.
Correct. In what specific division of the NFL do the Detroit Lions play? That would be Christopher.
NFC North.
NFC North is correct. In the Northern Hemisphere, in what direction do tornadoes normally spin? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Is it counter?
That would be George.
Counterclockwise.
Correct. Round 38.6 to the nearest 10 and square it. Give your result. Time, 1,600. Multiple choice question. The Cayman Islands is a popular vacation spot. How many islands make up the Cayman Islands? Is it A, 3, B, 4, or C, 5? That would be George.
4.
Incorrect. 3. Metallic element with chemical symbol CD. That would be George.
Cadmium.
Cadmium is correct. Risk and reward time. The topic is United States currency.
15.
15?
Yep, 15.
15 points it is on U.S. currency. What historic event is depicted on the back of a $2 bill? In time? Yes, George.
The signing of the Declaration.
That is correct. Defiance, that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It is now time to clear your score and send you off to isolation. All right, let's bring back in St. Francis. Come on in. Welcome back, St. Francis. Good to have you back. Are you ready for the risk and reward round?
Yep. We are.
Starts right now. What do we call statements like it was falsely true or his absence was a presence? That would be Jordan.
Oxymoron.
Oxymoron is correct. Madagascar, New Guinea, Borneo, and what other island make up the 4 largest islands in the world?
Greenland.
That would be Justin.
Greenland.
Greenland is correct. Multiple choice. Apollo 11 had 3 astronauts aboard during the first moon landing. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and who? Was it A, Jim Lovell, B, Gus Grissom, or C, Michael Collins? That would be Justin.
C.
C is correct, Michael Collins. A nuisance is a person or thing that is annoying or troublesome. Spell nuisance. Justin.
N-U-I-S-A-N-C-E.
Correct. In what specific division of the NFL do the Detroit Lions play? That would be Justin.
NFC North.
Correct. In the Northern Hemisphere, in what direction do tornadoes normally spin? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise, maybe.
That would be Justin.
Clockwise?
Incorrect. Counterclockwise. Round 38.6 to the nearest 10 and square it. Give your result. Not in time. 1,600. Multiple choice question. The Cayman Islands is a popular vacation spot. How many islands make up the Cayman Islands? Is it A, 3, B, 4, C, 5? That would be Justin.
4.
Incorrect. 3. Metallic element with chemical symbol Cd. That would be Jordan.
Cadmium.
Cadmium is correct. Risk and reward time. The topic is United States currency. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments, or you can pass.
We'll risk 30.
30.
St. Francis says 30 points on U.S. currency. What historic event is depicted on the back of a $2 bill?
Signing of the Declaration of Independence.
That would be Justin.
The Declaration of Independence.
Correct. You get those bonus points, and that is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It's now time to clear St. Francis's score, and let's bring back in Defiance. Welcome back, Defiance. Let's take a look at where our teams stand against each other. St. Francis has 120 points. Defiance has 145 points. Still a very, very close competition. But coming up next is our category round where things start to happen fast. There are 6 categories to choose from. Questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. Deductions, they're going to start. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. We're halfway there. Let's take a look at our score. We have St. Francis 120, Defiance 145. Now we're moving on to our category round. In this round, the power is going to shift a little bit to you, our teams. There are 6 categories to choose from. Questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But I must warn you, I'm serious. I'm serious. Deductions are starting right now. It's happening. So if you go for 20, you're risking 20 points. There is a double or nothing question in there. Maybe a game changer. We'll find out. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. St. Francis, since you are at 120 points, you get to make the first selection.
We'll take Greek mythology for 25.
Greek mythology for 25 points. In Greek mythology, this wife of Hercules committed suicide after mistakenly giving her husband poison That would be Defiance. Christopher.
Megara.
Incorrect. Rather than an intended aphrodisiac, name her. Time. Deianira is what we needed there. St. Francis still in control.
We'll take Greek mythology for 20.
Greek mythology for 20 points. What daughter of Zeus and Hera was the Greek goddess of youth? Time. Hebe is what we needed there. St. Francis still in control, and we are still tied.
Same category, 15.
Same category for 15 points. Hera, in her jealousy, took this nymph's ability to speak. That would be Defiance. George.
Echo.
Echo is correct. Defiance takes control.
Greek mythology for 30.
Greek mythology for 30 points. Who was the Greek god of wine? That would be Defiance. Christopher.
Dionysus.
Excuse me?
Dionysus.
Dionysus is correct. Defiance in control.
Greek mythology for 10.
Greek mythology for 10 points. According to Greek legend, who carried Helen off to Troy? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Paris.
Paris is correct. St. Francis takes back control.
Who makes it for 20?
Who makes it for 20 points? I will describe an item. You reply with the name of the company that makes it. Who manufactures the mid-sized pickup truck named the Tacoma? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Toyota.
Toyota is correct. St. Francis still in control.
Who makes it 25?
Who makes it for 25 points? What automotive company makes the Santa Fe SUV? That will be St. Francis. Justin.
Hyundai.
Hyundai is correct. St. Francis still in control and just takes the lead.
Who makes it for 30?
Who makes it for 30 points? What brand makes and sells Chips Ahoy cookies? That will be St. Francis. Justin.
Nabisco.
Nabisco is correct.
Who makes it 15?
Who makes it for 15? This is the double or nothing question. Again, it's open to all buzzers. Which video game console maker was the original creator of Donkey Kong? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Nintendo.
Nintendo is correct. Double the points and in control.
Who makes it for 10?
Who makes it for 10 points? Which brand makes the snack cake the Twinkie? That would be St. Francis. Lucas.
Hostess.
Hostess. We'll accept that. Yes. Let's see. St. Francis in control.
We'll take endocrine system for 10.
Endocrine system for 10 points. The adrenal glands are triangular-shaped glands located on top of what? Defiance. George.
The kidney.
Kidney is correct. Defiance takes back control.
Endocrine system 15.
Endocrine system now for 15 points. The pancreas serves two main functions. One is to aid in digestion and Defiance. George.
Insulin.
Cannot accept that. No, cannot accept that. One is to aid in digestion. The other is to regulate what?
No answer, guys.
They're saying no. Blood sugar levels specifically is what we needed there. Let's see. Defiance in control.
Endocrine system 20.
Endocrine system for 20 points. The endocrine system produces hormones that help maintain homeostasis. What does homeostasis mean or equate to? That would be St. Francis. Jordan.
Balance.
Will we accept balance? Yes. St. Francis in control.
The tree leaves for 10.
Tree leaves for 10 points. Identify this tree, or identify the tree, this leaf. That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Maple.
Maple, yes. In control is St. Francis.
We'll take begins with W for 10.
Begins with W for 10 points. Identify a person, place, idea, or thing that begins with the letter W. Chewbacca's species. That will be Defiance. George.
Wookiee.
They are indeed Wookiees. And Defiance takes control.
W for 15.
W for 15 points. Word used to tell a horse to stop. That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Whoa!
Whoa, indeed. And St. Francis in control.
Tree leaves for 15.
Tree leaves for 15 points. Identify the tree this leaf or leaves come from. Buckeye. Buckeye.
Go blue.
All right, St. Francis in control.
Begins with W for 20.
Begins with W for 20 points. Descriptive term for a story in which someone dies, and we need to find out who committed. That would be Defiance. George.
Who done it?
Who done it? And Defiance takes back control.
Yep, W for 25.
W for 25 points. This song is Australia's unofficial national anthem. Time. Waltzing Matilda is what we needed there. Defiance in control.
W for 30.
W for 30 points. Town in Ohio where Neil Armstrong, that would be Defiance. Jacob.
Wapakoneta.
Wapakoneta is correct. Defiance in control.
Tree leaves for 20.
Tree leaves for 20 points. Identify the tree this leaf or leaves come from. That would be St. Francis. Lucas.
Oak.
That is indeed an oak. St. Francis takes control.
Endocrine system, 25.
Endocrine system for 25 point. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. Currently, we have Defiance with 220 points, and in the lead with 310 points is St. Francis, but it is still anybody's game because coming up next is our brainstorm round where questions are worth 20 points apiece, negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Defiance 220, St. Francis 310 points. Before we get to our final brainstorm round, let's welcome some new players for St. Francis. In slot number 1, we have Jordan, a junior. And in slot number 3, we have Bennett, a freshman. Welcome to our new players and all of our returning players from the previous round. This is it. This is the brainstorm round. In this round, all questions are worth 20 points apiece, negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, not after. You do, negative 20 points. And you cannot, I repeat, you cannot steal a question in this round. Still anybody's game. Defiance, St. Francis. The brainstorm round starts right now. The words race car and madam are example. That would be St. Francis. Jordan.
Palindrome.
Palindrome is correct. To the nearest whole number, what is pi squared? That would be St. Francis. Jordan.
10.
10 is correct. How many total dots are there on a pair of dice? That would be St. Francis. Jordan.
42.
42 is correct. The Paris Peace Accords ended what war or conflict? Time. Vietnam. What part of speech does walrus represent? St. Francis. Justin.
Noun.
Noun is correct. Identify the state that is home of Stone Mountain. St. Francis. Justin.
Georgia.
Georgia is correct. What does the medical abbreviation BMI stand? That would be St. Francis. Justin.
Body mass index.
Correct. A rhombus is made up of how many interior angles? St. Francis. Jordan.
4.
4 is correct. Scott eats pasta whenever he gets the chance. Identify the direct object in the, that would be St. Francis. Justin.
Pasta.
Pasta is correct. How many quarts are in 90 gallons? St. Francis. Justin.
360.
Correct. What automobile manufacturer makes the Dart? St. Francis. Justin.
Dodge.
Dodge is correct. How many minutes are in 1/5 of an hour? St. Francis. Justin.
12.
12 is correct. Name the vein that carries the deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart. Time. That is the vena cava. Your motor functions are controlled by what part of your brain? St. Francis, Justin.
Motor cortex.
Incorrect. The cerebellum is what we needed there. What empire did Genghis Khan rule? That would be St. Francis, Justin.
Mongol.
Mongol Empire, yes. What is cobalt's physical state at room? That would be St. Francis, Justin.
Solid.
A solid, yes. Who was the Greek goddess of sleep? That would be St. Francis, Justin.
Hypna.
Incorrect. Persephone is what we needed there. Change .80. End of round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Defiance with 220 points, and our winner is St. Francis with 530 points. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, let's come around, meet in the middle, shake hands, bump fists, and hey, we'll see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.